guys? This is Art Cardenas right here live at the Look TV studios, and we're getting ready to go take a look at the AOA boxing gym. Let's go find out what's happening over there. Come with me and let's take a look. Hey, well, welcome you today here at Look TV. We're gonna take a look at what's going on at AOA Boxing. Great stuff is happening here, and I'm here getting ready to interview a good friend of mine, Greg Alvarez, who has known a lot about boxing. And Greg, I'm just gonna get with you today and just talk a little bit about this AOA Boxing.
Okay.
First of all, just want to ask you a few questions. What got you interested in starting this boxing program?
Well, it's always been about the youth, about making sure that they have good mentorship, know where to turn to. Because when I was a kid, I grew up without a father, and the only program we had around in my neighborhood was the community center. For community center, that's where we all got in trouble. Now with the coaches that volunteer here at AOA Boxing, everybody has a certain student that fits with them. And they're able to mentor them, whether it's in the gospel, whether it's in just everyday general questions in life, what's going on in school, what's going on in their personal life, what's their thoughts, and just everything. So that all stems to what I'm doing here now. Starting from when I was a kid to when I started helping out kids back 20 years ago in the boxing program.
So you were telling me you were a boxer at one time. You're boxing, yeah. It helped you.
My whole family has been in boxing. Sports manager, I oversee all combative sports in the state of Texas, whether it be boxing, whether it be MMA, kickboxing, Muay Thai. I oversee all that.
Any type of boxing fights here that are done here have to come through the
through my office. Through my office, yes, they do.
So you got to meet a lot of boxers.
A lot of boxers I've met, from Mike Tyson to Oscar De La Hoya to little Sam Smith. Nobody knows about him, from the top to the bottom.
Well, that's great. Hey, and Greg, so you've been doing this for how many years now with this boxing program? It started. Can you just give me a little history of how this boxing started for you?
Well, we had a mutual friend that I worked with that she told me about Pastor Art here, and how he had a love for everybody and always trying to help the youth out. So I started coming to church, visiting church, and I liked what I heard and liked what I saw, and I saw his long-term goal, and I felt that it was my gift also to be here. So when I got with Pastor, I said, Pastor, I used to coach boxing. We had this great big old building, the church. We're using the small sanctuary because the church is just growing, and they gave me he gave me permission to run boxing classes back. And at first it was just me, my son, my other son, and the pastor's daughter. And from 3, it grew to the most we've ever had at one time was almost close to 200 kids at one time. And that place was a quarter the size of this one. So you can see how we've been blessed and how we've grown. But we still grow, we still continue to struggle. And so we've been going at it 7-8 years now. We're here with Pastor Art, and we plan to keep going.
Amen. And Brother Greg, what is it that really how do you get your funding here? I know that we've seen this thing grow. Now we got our own facility here. But what do you do so we can get funding people? Is it just the kids? Or how?
We get some kids, some parents, but a lot of times it's us ourselves, the coaches. We give all of our time. Nobody gets paid here. Everybody does volunteer, but we have enough people to cover all times. The kids here, anybody underneath the age of 18, 17 and down, they give us a donation of $10 if they can. If not, they invest time in cleaning the place, sweeping, mopping. A lot of times we try to have fundraisers. We do within AOA, since we become a nonprofit. We do a lot of service in the community, from cutting yards of elderly to just gathering supplies for the school, backpacks, and even helping the resource center here, the Pregnancy Resource Center at a time, with donate supplies for them, just where people couldn't donate, like in December, so we would ask for a package of Pampers or something that we could drop off at the resource center. So we need to get the kids involved, and then we try to have a show at least once a year. That generates a little bit of funds, but we still need to finish our bathrooms. We need to finish the dream of this was to be an all-purpose resource center, not just a boxing gym. The boxing gym is a big part of it, but we got a girl talk, young ladies that we have other speakers come in, special speakers. We've had world champion Ann Wolf, we had an Olympic swimmer, we have had track stars that come in here and just give up the testimony to these young ladies. And it's only open for young ladies and the teens, you know, anywhere from 13 all the way to 19. And it's been a success, but I still need volunteers for that too, as far as, you know, bringing in the young ladies just so we could go and do outreach with them.
And Brother Greg, do you think that maybe we get sponsors? Someone want to sponsor a boxer or sponsor the program? They can send a monthly pledge or a monthly sponsor.
That would be wonderful. Yes, we would take monthly pledges. A lot of these parents here sometimes they'll pay for another kid. They'll sponsor 2-3 kids. But you know,
and a lot
wonderful
of these kids,
as it is.
a lot of these kids come from backgrounds with a single mom as well, just like yourself, myself, and so there's a lot of them that aren't able to pay that. So there's always room for people.
We're always looking for sponsors. We're always looking for sponsors. Sponsor one of these kids, whether it be in the boxing ministry, the teen ministry. Just, you know, we need your help. Without a sponsor, you know, we would be struggling. But you know, we're still blessed and, you know, still filming. But we could go a little bit further if we had more sponsorship.
Okay, and Greg, I want to ask you, have we seen some good? Maybe you can give me good examples of some kids that have come through this program and really have changed or impact their lives. I know a few, but maybe you can give me one or two that you really like.
Just because of the neighborhood we're in, there's a lot of gangs going around here. And a lot of the gang members, when they see boxing, they want to come here, learn to fight. They came here, and some of the leaders, we've had a couple of success stories. Some of these leaders of the different gangs here in town, they start coming out here and they started seeing that, you know what, boxing is one-on-one. Then on top of that, getting the word in our Bibles. We have weekly Bible studies. Getting the word again has really changed their life. These guys they're quitting the gangs, and the younger siblings of them are seeing how they're getting successful at, you know, being their own person, being mentored, and they're coming to us. We got a couple of kids here who have gone to college, who got excellent jobs now, driving around cars, and they saw that there was another life. But before that, all it was gang life, you know. What am I going to do with my homie? What's my homie going to do for me? And it's all about yourself and believing in yourself, and that's what we teach here, believing in yourself.
That's right. And, you know, I can tell you one story, Madi, you know, she was a great story coming here, a young girl who was boxing. Greg, you took her under your wings, kept inviting her to come. We have Bible studies here once a week, just a little 30-minute Bible study to get them the Word. But there was this one girl that you brought to church, I can remember. She would sit next to you, and you would bring her and encourage her. And today, she's one of my youth leaders.
She's one of the youth leaders. I mean, that's one of the biggest, you know, one of the biggest things that really you feel in your heart.
Yes.
When you see him go to this, and from where she came from, where she was just negative, hated the world, you know, wanted just she would hit this bag with such anger, such hate. Now she got the biggest heart around here. And she's in there teaching the youth. So what she learned here, she's passing it on to the youth with a youth group here at the AFC. And she's doing such a wonderful job. I drop in a check on her every now and then, just listening. You know, it makes me tear up just to see her and her husband Willie, because Willie came from the same area.
Yeah.
You know, all they knew was, you know, gang banging. And now look at them. You know,
successful teachers, leaders for the kids, and so they can relate to where they come from. And I think that's important as we get together here, and we want to continue to do this. We want to take it to another level, and so we're doing this interview so that we can see, and we're going to put it out on Facebook. Facebook, if you're watching, we're going to put it out.
We got a website also.
That's right. Give us a website.
It's AOA Boxing Round Rock. Just look it up on Facebook, and it gives you more information about us. You got some testimony in there, some videos. And
can they donate on there? If they go to the website, can they hit a donate button on the website or anything like that?
I think it's set up for that, but just check to see. If it's not, we'll have it up soon.
Yeah, we want you, if you're listening out there on Facebook, sponsor one of our kids here, man. $10, $20, sponsor a kid for a year. $120 will sponsor one of these kids for a whole year.
And we're a 501c3, so it's tax deductible.
Exactly. We're getting ready to expand here. We're going to put a second level. We're going to have a kitchen, and we're looking to put really the bathrooms in here. Bathrooms. We're looking at about how much did you say to get that stuff that we want to get done?
Yeah, when we first outlined this gym, we were going to have kitchen. Big enough where we could have our own little shows where we don't have to rent a building or nothing like that. We got enough space where, you know, we could put a kitchen in, a little kitchenette, a couple of bathrooms for the, where right now I have to go to the church and, you know, to go to the bathroom, and, you know, but we'd like to have it in here. We'd like to have plumbing in here, and the project total, because we're also, what was in the works was a second story for classrooms, for other programs we want to work on as far as, you know, getting kids through college, anything we can provide them, computers, whatever. So that's what the second story is going to be over here in this area. But the funding's still short. I would say up to anywhere from $40,000 to $50,000 is what we're going to need to complete
complete this next phase of this boxing.
The next phase, yes.
So listen, if you guys are out there and listening, want to help Brother Greg, you want to help us here at AOA Boxing, help with impacting young people's lives. Look at 40 to 50,000 is nothing. Just out here, put in these restrooms, put in this kitchen, put in these classrooms to help these young people and change their lives. Now, Brother Greg, let me ask you one more thing. How many years have you been doing this?
Helping kids?
Yes.
20 plus years. And that was, when I first started, it was more just to get them in boxing, you know, make champions, but now it's about saving lives. And I've been doing that for 8 years now here with Pastor Art here at the AOA.
Wonderful. So listen, man, you guys are sowing in some good seed here, and I know that you'll be blessed. And thank you so much for watching here at Look TV. Thank you, Brother Greg.